Welcome to this quick video on setting up or running a Python script on the Stellenbosch HPC. I've got a simple example that I've set up here. So currently I'm on my computer, so when I'm in this view here, I'll make sure that this terminal remains my PC, and then I've got mobile xterm here, and I've logged on to the HPC. You can see my student number at HPC. And then in here I've got some personal folders. This is from some other work, the output and error, and then the masters folder, some of my personal stuff, and then I've got what I want to use today is the scopus.ris file, submitscript.sh. So on my PC I'll quickly demonstrate what I'm working on, or what I want to demonstrate. So I've got a scopus search. Let me open that up. Basically what this is on Scopus I went and downloaded a bunch of articles and downloaded their metadata. So here you can see it's a journal type, these are the authors, this is the title, and then the abstract, KW stands for some keywords, and then you can see then we have another one. If I go to the bottom, you can see we're at what, 16,890 lines, so a rather large document, and this one's got a bunch of keywords. Okay, so that's that document. Then what I want to do is I want to use a Python file, which I've got here as extract keywords.py. I want to use this file here to just extract all the keywords from those articles, put them all in a file, count how many times each word, each keyword appears, and then create a file where all the keywords are put together. Every time the same keyword shows up, it'll be listed as that keyword once with the number of times it appears. I then want to sort it according to which keywords appear the most, and then I want to sort it by alphabetically. So if two keywords have the same number of times it appears, it must then be sorted alphabetically. And this is a simple Python script that does that. So what exactly happens here is not important. It's effectively one function that I call. I give it the scopus search.ris file, and then what's important about it is that it creates a new file, keywordcounts.txt. So why I think this is a nice example is that we've got a input file, which is the scopus search.ris. Then we've got the actual file, the Python file that we're calling, and then it should spit out a keywordcounts.txt file. Now I've done this already on my computer just to make sure everything worked, but it should then spit out this file. Okay, so back onto the HPC. As you can see, I've only got the scopus search.ris, and then I've created a submitscript.sh. So I need to put this Python file here, the extract keywords.py, the Python file that I'll be running, to the HPC. Now there's a couple of ways you can do that. So this is why I haven't put it on yet, just wanted to show. So you can use SCP, which is Secure Copy Protocol, and then we will take the extract words.py, and then we'll put it on the HPC. So and I want to put it on the sort of home directory, and that's how I can do that. So I go SCP file and its location, and then to where it needs to go. Okay, so I'm not going to do that because that's the one way you can do it, or you can do it from in here in mobile xterm, which may be easier for some people. So you can see that these files that we've got up here are also in mobile xterm. I can then upload a file from, let's quickly get it. There we go, extract keywords py, and then I can open that, and you'll see at the bottom here it did some stuff, and now it should be over here, and if I list, you can see that it has also appeared in here on the, so now this is on the HPC. Okay, so then I want to just take a look at, obviously we can't run this Python file directly, so if it was on my computer I would just say Python 3 extract words, and I'll press enter, and it would run that in the current directory. On the HPC we don't do that. We need to submit it to a compute node, and that's what your submit script.sh does. So I'll just quickly show you what this file looks like. And by the way, this is almost exactly the template from the help guides, or the how-to guides on internet. Use Google, HPC, Stellenbosch University, and it pops up all these things, and we've got some examples. So this was one of the examples. I've changed one or two things, but effectively this line stayed the same. This I changed so that the name is Python demo. This I changed because I'm not using GPUs, so I changed it to MPI processors. I only want an hour of wall time. I wanted to send an email to me if it aborts, when the job aborts, begins or ends, and then where it should put the error file, where it should put the output file, and then all of this is straight out of the template. I changed these two lines just to make it clear what we're doing. So effectively from PBSO work directory, which up here, so PBSO work directory is your home directory on the HPC. So that, let me just go out here. So this, which I'm in here, this is my home directory. So that is what this PBSO work directory stands for. So what I'm doing here is okay, let me just go through this from the top. So first we create a temp location directory, and that's on scratch small local. So that's the sort of storage on the call it compute nodes of the HPC, and then we give it a unique subdirectory called PBS job ID. So that'll create a new file with the job ID as a new folder with the job ID as the folder name, just so that it doesn't get confused with other people's. Okay, and now that is called temp. So what I want to do is I want to copy my extract keywords over here from my work directory, where it is, to the temp file, the temp directory, sorry. And I also want to do the scope as search.ris. I also want to take that from the work directory, so my home directory, to the temp file. And then I want to go into the temp directory. Okay, so then I'll be in the temp directory. I then load the specific Python that I want. I just use 3.8.1. I then run Python 3 on that file. Okay, then once the job is done, it's going to copy from everything that was in the temp directory to the work directory. So effectively what we did is we went from our home directory, PBSO work dir, we copied those over to the temp, we ran the files, we ran the computation, whatever we need to do, and then once that's done, we copy back from the temp directory back to our home directory, and this again is straight out of the template. I didn't change any of this. So effectively from here to the bottom I changed nothing except the name of the file that we're running, and over here I changed one line just to make it more clear what we're doing. So again, you can just basically use the templates and just update it as needed. Okay, then what we need to do is just say qsub and the submit script.sh. Okay, press enter, it gives us a job ID there. Now if we say qstat, you should see that the name Python demo appears, my student number, it's in the short queue, and it's currently in the queue. Okay, we'll give that a couple seconds. If I run qstat again, you can see it's still there. Whilst that's running, and interesting is you can say pestat, and that tells you the different compute nodes. So you can see comp29, comp30, whether it's available or free, memory that's available. So for example, comp43 has got 363 gigabytes of memory, it's got 64 CPUs, 62 are currently being used, and its memory is in 83%. So on my phone next door here, I just got emails saying my job started and my job ended, because it's a really small job, it takes like 1 second. So now if we go qstat again, you can see that Python example was down here with my student number, and it is now gone, it's no longer in this list. Okay, so then if I press list or ls, you can see that now I've got an additional file, which is the keywords counts.txt. So it effectively copied back that file. Once it ran this Python file on this scopus.ris file, it then spat out this keyword counts.txt file, and then I've also got an output and an error file, which are an error and an output file, which are always created. So I can open the keywords count.txt, and as you can see, it has done exactly what I wanted it to do. So the keyword that appears the most is male with 202, article 195, human, female, adult, humans, blah 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 blah. And then at the bottom, all of these have got one count, and you can see that they are alphabetical. So that's exactly what I wanted. Now you can again use SCP to get your keywords count file back onto. So I can say keywords count, and then I want to get this onto my computer. Or what we can do is we can just go straight to here. I think I need to refresh this. There we go. Now keywords count is here, and I can then download that onto my computer wherever I want to put that. And that's done. So I hope this helped. I hope it's clear. Cool.